The woman had just broken up with her boyfriend when she found out she was pregnant. Just as she was full of hope, the doctor told her that the baby had a genetic problem. However, the woman had no family history of genetic diseases, which made her think of her boyfriend's sudden breakup a few days ago. The woman realized that her boyfriend might have left her because he was ill. So the woman decided to find her boyfriend and ask for an explanation. Unexpectedly, as soon as she left the hospital, she ran into her boyfriend. The woman asked him what he was doing at the hospital. Her boyfriend replied that it was none of her business, but behind his back, he secretly hid his medical report. It turned out her boyfriend was a highly sought-after billionaire CEO. The woman, on the other hand, was a fallen heiress whose parents had passed away. However, the CEO, despite opposition from his family and friends, insisted on being with the woman. The CEO even prepared an extravagant wedding for the woman. But on the day of the wedding, the CEO suddenly called off the wedding. The woman watched in disbelief as the CEO placed the ring on her sister's finger. The woman never expected this outcome and asked the CEO if all their years of love had been a lie. The CEO responded that he had liked her at first because he mistook her for her sister. The woman was heartbroken. At that moment, the woman's childhood sweetheart arrived at the wedding and took her away in front of all the guests. Watching them leave, the CEO clenched his fists, knowing he had personally pushed the woman he loved away. A few days earlier, the CEO had been diagnosed with a terminal illness. Knowing he didn't have much time left, the CEO didn't want the woman he loved to be heartbroken, so he enlisted her sister to play along in a staged breakup. The sister thought her chance had finally come, and in order to fulfill her dream of marrying into wealth, she drugged the CEO's food, hoping to quickly bear his child. Despite being drugged, the CEO refused to touch the sister and instead jumped into a cold pool. At this moment, the woman entered, and the CEO could no longer suppress his emotions. But remembering the doctor's words, the CEO once again forced himself to say hurtful things to make her leave. The woman left heartbroken. As she walked out, she ran into her neighbor's older brother. At that moment, the woman fainted, unable to hold on any longer, and the man took her home to care for her. When the woman woke up, she saw she was lying in a strange room and quickly asked what had happened. The man told her that she had fainted, and he had the maid help her change clothes. At that moment, there was a knock on the door, and the man got up to check. It was the CEO. After entering, he walked straight toward the room. When he saw the woman lying on the bed, the CEO assumed something had happened between them. He then swung a punch at the man. The two started fighting. The woman woke up and quickly pulled them apart. The CEO angrily asked the woman if she had already been with another man. The woman slapped the CEO across the face. Recalling how the CEO had treated her before, the woman, out of spite, told him that the man she loved was the other guy. The CEO stormed out in anger. The woman didn't understand how things had ended up like this between them. A moment later, the woman felt a wave of nausea.